Hey guys, Caroline here. Bad day today. I have just had the email I have been dreading. Important changes to your William Hill account. You've been taking far too much money from us. Bugger off, is basically what the email says. This is the gubbing email. And I had a feeling it was coming because I was having problems getting stakes on certain boosts over the last couple of days. So I don't need to read this out. You can see it there on the screen. But basically, I do not qualify from anything. It says your account has had all sports and gaming sessions removed and stake restrictions may apply moving forward. So this is a full and complete gubbing. It's quite bad. So it's a shame because William Hill were without doubt my absolutely most lucrative bookie. I've had the account since the 27th of August and I have managed to abuse them 90 times. I keep a track of everything I do with each bookie. So that includes free bets, boosts, like price boosts, free spins, anything where I have taken money from that bookie, I add that up, and I've done that 90 times. So I've done well out of them. Now, at this point, I don't mind showing you my account because there's nothing left to lose. And one thing that has happened over the last week in particular, two things have changed. One, I really started whacking up the prices I was putting on. So, for example, here, stakes £40 at some of the horses, and unfortunately they bloody well won as well. This was another thing, was that I kept winning. I had another one where I put the full £40 on. Yeah, here, this was yesterday, and it won, and I kept hitting the high five. This is what I was doing. Basically, I was trying to go for the high five offer. I know I combined it with a boost, which you can do once a day, and the maximum is 40 quid, and that was what I was putting on. They kept coming through. I've hit 3 high fives in the last 2 days, and also on the 18th I withdrew about 200 quid, and now I've got over £300 in there again. So it's all kind of come together where I've just been taking a whole bunch of money from William Hill one way or another, and they've had enough. So one of the things I wanted to, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a week or so since the gubbings started coming, and that is my thoughts on gubbings and how to approach it. I've had a few comments on the channel, people asking, do you do mug betting, stuff like that, and my answer to that is no, I don't. I've never done any kind of mug betting, and if you sort of Google it, or if you go to any Facebook group on matched betting and have a look at previous threads, you'll see a lot of debate either way, but the general consensus appears to be it's a complete waste of time. At the end of the day, the bookmakers, the way I see it, I think bookmakers are particularly kind of evil in a way. not evil, but if you think about their business model, the only way a bookmaker profits is when their customers lose money. It is a horrible business model. And it's the same for casinos. Any of these kinds of businesses, if their client is consistently winning, the bookmaker loses. So the only way they make money is by taking money from their customers. It's horrible. I'm a business person. I have been in business for myself since I was 19 years old. I've run many businesses over the years. And, all of my businesses have been focused on a win-win type arrangement. You provide value for your customer. You do something good for your customer and you make profits in return. Bookmakers and casinos are the opposite. They make money when their customer loses money. And so what you're finding is that when they realize that a customer is going to lose them money, they shut you down. They gub your account. And another question that I've seen come up sometimes on Facebook groups, particularly with casinos, is, oh, don't you feel a bit guilty if you have these big wins from casinos? Do you remember I was talking a few weeks ago about this casino offer that kept coming up for these 3 particular casinos, and there was kind of like an exploit where you could almost guarantee winnings. And in all, I did this several times. I haven't actually added it all up. It was about £600 worth. And did I feel guilty about it? Absolutely not. No, because because these guys are just scum of the earth. They really are. So do not feel guilty about taking value from casinos or bookmakers. Oh, actually, that's another thing. Let me find a story on Google that came up yesterday. This guy was on Betfred, and he was using his mobile to play a slot game, and amazingly he came out with a £1.7 million jackpot. Now he actually phoned Betfred up to confirm, you know, is this real? And they said yes, it was. And so he went out celebrating with his mates, and then a few days later Betfred then contacted him and said, oh, actually no, it was a glitch in our software, wasn't supposed to pay up, we're not giving you the money. And I think they offered him something like 60 grand to keep quiet. Yes, it's there, 60,000 to keep quiet, which he's refused, and he's now going to court. I think it went to court a couple of days ago, and it's going to be a long dispute. It's going to be months in the courts. But this is just another example. You know, you hear about this kind of thing quite often. There'll be a massive win, and then the bookie or the casino manages to wriggle out of it, you know. So I really believe that these casinos, bookmakers, they're not the good guys. You know, the people that own them, obviously the people that work for them are just staff, but the people that own them, the guys behind it, it's a bad business model. It's not good. They just rip off their customers. So one of the things that I was doing is I was trying to keep my account open on William Hill. I can't really show it here, but I would do something called mug spinning. I thought if I just throw a couple of quid on the slots, and I would do this quite often at the weekends if I'd had a bunch of free bets, put a couple of quid on and try to look a bit more like a mug, that way give value back to the bookie. And now in hindsight, I really think anything of that kind really is a waste of not only time but your money. Any kind of mug betting, it's pointless because they will gub you. You know, they are going to gub you. And if you speak to, I mean, I've still only been match betting for 3 months. I wouldn't quite consider myself a beginner anymore, more intermediate. But if you speak to anyone who's been doing this for say a year or more, and they've got like 20, 30 accounts gubbed, you know, this is what you hear. The longer people do it, the gubbings are going to come. It's inevitable. So my opinion is rinse them. Take them for all the money you can whilst you can. If you have a big bank, put on the big money. But if you have like a profit boost, for example, I've got a power up with Paddy Power today. Let me show you that one. It's here. There was an offer today. If you bet £10 on a particular horse race, you get a power up. So I've got this power up now. It's valid for 2 days. Now, a power up is basically a price boost. And I had a look at the terms and conditions, and you can use it for a stake up to £100. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick £100 on and make a big fat profit. Now, will my account get gubbed? Maybe, probably. I don't know. But you know, I'm going to take these bookmakers for us. I mean, with Paddy Power, I've already been gubbed from their casino. So I figured that, you know, I'm already on the radar. They're already looking. So it's only a matter of time before they gub me. And of course, that's going to be Betfair as well. They're the same company. And of course, Betfair have also gubbed me from their casino. It happens in pairs where the company's owned by the same parent company. So it's a matter of time. So I imagine a gubbing from Paddy Power and the Betfair sportsbooks to come very soon. So I'm going to take them for as much money as I can while I can. And that is my opinion on gubbings and bookmakers and so forth. So a little bit of a rant this video, I guess. But I kind of already knew this going in because I did so much research before I even started match betting, and I read up on other people's experiences, and I'd heard this kind of thing, and I've heard that the gubbings come and they say you will be gubbed, and it's true, you will be gubbed when you start making good money. So make hay while the sun shines, as people like to say. Okay, I've got quite a few more videos coming up that I want to do, so I hope you've enjoyed watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.